So we have seen that a root, the main functions are absorbing water and minerals and then provides structural stability for a plant. The next is the first root that comes from a plant is called the radicle. So when a seed is buried into the ground, the first root that comes from the plant is called the radicle. A root's four major functions are, so we are going to see what are the four major functions of a root. So the first is absorption of water and inorganic nutrients. So the first main function of the root is absorption of water and inorganic nutrients that are needed for the healthy growth of a plant. The second important function is anchoring of the plant body to the ground and supporting it. And the second main function of the plant is to anchor the plant to the ground and supporting it. The third is storage of food and nutrients. So the third main function is to store food and nutrients. And the fourth is translocating water and minerals to the stem. The next job or the next function of the root is to translocate, is that to provide the water and minerals to the stem. So these are the four main functions of the root. First is absorbing water and inorganic nutrients. The second is anchoring the root, the plant to the ground and supporting it. The third function is storage of food and nutrients, and the fourth function is translocating the water and minerals to the stem. So these are the four major functions of the root. And in root we are going to see the two main types of root. So the first is taproot. And the next is fibrous root. So we have two types of roots. So the first type of root is your taproot and the next is your fibrous root. So the taproot, so we are going to see in detail about the taproot, and let us see a picture of a taproot. So this is the picture of a taproot. So we are going to talk about the taproot. So this is the picture of a taproot. So you see the root that grows below the ground. So this is the taproot. So taproot is a thick root which grows straight into the ground with many small roots. So the taproot is a thick root which grows straight into the ground with many small roots. So these are the small roots in the ground with many small roots sprouting laterally. So this is the main root, and from it these small roots sprout laterally. So again I tell you, the taproot is a thick root which grows straight into the ground with many small roots sprouting laterally. The main function of the taproot is to absorb water and minerals to the plant. So the main function of this taproot is to absorb the water and minerals to the plant. Example is your carrot and radish, and the carrot and radish are edible taproots. Edible is something that we can eat raw. The next are edible taproots. So taproot is a type of root that goes deep underground in search of water. So this taproot, it goes deep into the ground in search of water. Examples of taproots are mustard, radish, beetroot, turnip, parsley, coriander, etc. So these are all examples of taproot. So the taproot is a thick root which grows straight into the ground with many small roots sprouting laterally. and the main function of the taproot is to absorb water and minerals to the plant. Example are your carrot, radish, mustard, beetroot, turnip, parsley, coriander, etc. And these are all edible taproots. Taproot is a type of root that goes deep underground in search of water. So we have seen the 4 main functions of the root, and out of 2 roots there are 2 main types of root, that is your taproot and your fibrous root, and we have seen in detail about the taproot. And taproots are edible taproots like your carrot, your radish, your beetroot, your coriander, your parsley, etc.